Hillary, Trump. Seems to me that you bashed Hillary. Now you're trying to back off a little bit. Are you saying that Trump, an unknown quantity, is more dangerous than a known crook?
So, first of all, Dinesh, you keep calling her a crook, but you just got out of jail.
Why don't you should let's give Dinesh a second. Why don't you tell us?
I agree.
So, this is an important point.
I agree.
Give it a second. So,
I
Dinesh,
agree.
Just explain to us what exactly happened with that.
All right, so right off the bat, it wasn't a good point. What Chunky Yogurt said was an actual ad hominem attack, unlike most of the other ad hominem attacks that they talk about out there. So what people usually think that means is, or frequently think that means, is that it's just insults in place of arguments, which isn't necessarily true. It's about, it's basically a ad hominem attack would be like, your argument is invalid because of who you are or like what your position is in life, right? So like even if you just say, hey, your argument on whether or not your position on mask mandates or social distancing guidelines or something because you're a basketball player or something like that would still be an ad hominem attack. That's not really an insult, but it's still an ad hominem attack. He's literally just saying that because Dinesh got arrested once in his life, I guess, that him calling someone else a crook is invalid, which isn't really the case. It's just theatrics for the debate crowd, and I think that's really that's an indictment, I think, against Chunky Yogurt's debate style, because it's not about the free exchange of information or anything like that. It's just about getting applause from his followers.
I can see that.
Yeah, I watched a bit of this just to get a bit more context, and I did want to see why D'Souza went to jail. So he got arrested for accepting too much money for his
So
campaign.
I actually have the official Wikipedia. Dinesh donated. He had the felony charge of a straw donor to make the illegal campaign contribution. He was sentenced to 8 months in a halfway house and 2 years probation with a $30,000 fine. So in 2012, D'Souza contributed $10,000 to the Senate campaign of Wendy Long on behalf of himself and his wife, agreeing in writing to attribute that contribution as $5,000 from his wife and $5,000 from him. He directed two other people to give Long a total of $20,000 additional, which he agreed to reimburse and later did. At the time, the Election Act limited campaign contributions to $5,000 from any individual to any one candidate. So, according to this, the reason why he went to jail was he asked three other people to donate $5,000 along with him.
Yeah, wow, that's terrible. He should be executed.
So I would like to say that he should be absolutely pardoned, 100%. And the reason for this, albeit this was many years later, but they used it to win an election, so I think this is fair. There was a video, a Snapchat video made by someone who was filming himself collecting ballots for other people and giving them prizes. I'm pretty sure Project Veritas did a video on that.
Yep.
Now, they were doing this for much less money. They were getting votes for like $50 cash prizes. That was much worse. That was much worse. And if you can't see how that was much worse, then you're just not listening at this point. You have your fingers in your ears and you're screaming la 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 la.
What's great is, so I watched a bit of this just to get context, the debate between them, and moments later, Cenk says that, oh, what's so bad about this is you got arrested because you're so dumb, because we live in a society that's basically legalized bribes. You're just not good at taking bribes. And it's his
No,
whole
no. I need to interject here. No,
Mhm.
no, absolutely not. It's a bias. It's a straight up bias. When someone can record themselves doing essentially the exact same thing and get away with it, no, that's a
Dude,
bias.
this is
That's
what
not
this is
being
what
smart or
D'Souza
dumb.
said. This is what he said right after he was like that is the point. Like, don't you see? He said this was I guess under Obama. He said Obama sent the FBI after me to go through my books, to go through my tax returns. A coordinated hit basically. And they say it's random, but yeah, okay, fuck you. It was a coordinated hit on him. And yes, it's a complete bias. And Cenk is destroying his own argument when he says, yeah, everything's so corrupt because you got caught doing what everyone else was doing. You can't have an opinion on corruption on Hillary. And we haven't even talked about the fact that Hillary is way more corrupt than asking 3 other people to donate to her campaign. She's had allegedly people fucking killed. All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I hate regressives, because whenever I use the same tactics they use on them, when I tell them, oh, melanin is holy, so you better do this or that because I'm bossing you around, when that pisses them off, that is exactly why I do it. Because they don't seem to get that the reason why everyone is doing it is because of them. And they'll probably use the excuse of, oh, why? Well, if everyone is doing it, why not? Why bother at all? Well, it's because one side is getting unequally punished, and that's just I don't know how else to put it. You gotta fight fair, and I don't know what the argument here is at this point. All I'm going to say is I already made my verdict. D'Souza one based off of pure principle alone. Like
Yeah, Cenk came
if
at
his
him
whole
without an
argument
argument.
is what you said, that everyone's committing these crimes, so why not do these crimes? And I read everyone aloud their his felony. His felony was literally that he told other people to donate. People have done much worse. This is not a felony at all. And he got pardoned. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
Your
I'm
guys,
gonna, I'm gonna, I'm gonna ditto that and say Chunk lost just because it's a non-argument. It's just he did not provide an argument. It's just an ad hominem attack, like Trav
yeah,
said.
pretty much. In that
Yep.
context, it looked really bad.
And my verdict is Big Chungus self-owned, although he did that already back when he decided to be an apologist for the Armenian genocide. So
His existence is a cell phone.
yeah.